The origins of math, who invented numbers and why. Like just why, math. Love it or hate it, it's everywhere. It's in the way your phone works, how your GPS finds the fastest route, and even in the shape of your favorite snacks. But where did it all begin? Picture this, ancient humans counting spears with tally marks on bones. The first mathematicians counting before civilization. Before we had schools, books, or even written languages, ancient humans had a problem, keeping track of things. Imagine you're a prehistoric hunter, and you need to know how many spears you have before going after a mammoth. If you miscount, that's the last mistake you'll ever make. Early humans started using tally marks, scratching lines on bones or sticks to count things. One of the oldest examples of this is the Ishango bone, a 20,000-year-old artifact found in Africa, covered in what looks like an early number system. This was the birth of numerical representation, the idea that symbols could stand for quantities. Fast forward, and the Sumerians in 3000 BCE didn't just count, they added, subtracted, and multiplied. They even gave us the 60-second minute. The Egyptians took things to the next level. Around 2500 BCE, they needed math for engineering, construction, and even taxes. I'm sure the IRS is happy about that one. Ever wondered how the Great Pyramids were built with such precision? The Egyptians mastered geometry, figuring out angles, areas, and distances. They used ropes and stakes to create perfect right angles, which later influenced the Pythagorean theorem. They even had a decimal system and could solve simple algebraic equations. But their greatest contribution, fractions. Thanks, Egypt. Now we have to deal with 1/3 of a pizza instead of a whole one. Then the Greeks turned math into a science, pondering what are numbers. Pythagoras, 500 BCE, discovered the relationship between the sides of a right triangle. He also believed numbers had mystical powers. Seriously, he thought 10 was the perfect number. Euclid, 300 BCE, wrote The Elements, one of the most influential math books ever, shaping geometry for centuries. Archimedes, 250 BCE, the genius who figured out pi, calculated areas and volumes, and even made war machines. Meanwhile, in India and China, zero and algebra were game changers. India, 500 CE, the concept of zero was introduced by Aryabhata and later refined by Brahmagupta. Before that, people had no way to represent nothing in math. China, 200 BCE, 500 CE. The Chinese developed negative numbers, early algebra, and even matrix calculations. They were solving equations centuries before Europeans caught up. And let's not forget Al-Khwarizmi, the father of, wait for it, algebra. From ancient tally marks to space travel, math evolved, shaping our world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help boost our numbers.